Good morning. Today, the day that I am filming, is Halloween, which is my personal favorite holiday. Unfortunately, I'm not really doing much to celebrate because new home and lots of work. And the last 2 days, my fiance has been sick, and I've also been feeling a little bit under the weather, so I haven't had a chance to really come up with a costume. The closest I got is this particular shirt that I'm wearing. It says crafty bitch, which I got years ago from a store in San Diego that I don't think is even in business anymore. But if you're curious, I believe the brand is Social Decay. In honor of Halloween, I want to try a writing tag. And this writing tag was created by Emma T. Fink, who is an author tuber. And I first saw it on Jenna Moressi's channel, and I thought it looked like fun, so I'm going to give it a shot. This is called, I believe, the Spooky Scary Writing Tag. And for questions that require specific characters or books, I'm going to be referring to my debut novel, Blood of Fire, which is right there. And we'll just jump right into it. So, first question, Ghost. Have you ever originally put a character slash scene slash theme in a book and then later taken it out? Characters, probably not. Scene, definitely. In Blood of Fire, particularly, there is a scene in which I wanted to show how the Grekir villagers respect and honor animal gods. Some of the villagers come to Valeri and Savin with a horse to offer as a sacrifice to the snake god. And it really didn't offer a lot to the storyline in general. It was just sort of some background information about how these people choose to honor gods in their village. So I ended up removing it because it really wasn't that useful. Number 2, Bat. Most misunderstood character in your work in progress. Hands down, most misunderstood character in Blood of Fire is Tarek. He is a Grekir warrior who has become shunned due to a big mistake that he made during battle. And because of that, he's not allowed to talk to anyone in the village, he's not allowed to enter the village, he basically has to live on the outskirts of town as a untouchable, so to speak. He is very prideful, he can be very rude, he is definitely not opposed to killing people very ruthlessly, but on the inside, he's trying to repent for his past mistakes. He's not very good at it, he's very flawed, but there are some scenes within Blood of Fire where we see that he is acting very tender towards his wife, and by the end we realize that he's actually a very tragic character who is fiercely loyal to his clan despite the fact that he is shunned and not allowed to even talk or touch or interact with anyone in the village. Number 3, Jack-o'-lantern. What's the most common source of inspiration to write? Source of inspiration to write in general would probably be the nagging voices in my head that say you need to write. I've always just wanted to write. Ever since I was a little kid, I started writing when I was 8 years old, and I've just always felt the need to tell a story. As for inspiration for Blood of Fire, pretty much any storyline or book or movie or whatever that has misfit characters who have unusual abilities that cause them to be outcasts or pursued by other people. X-Men is definitely an influence in this story because, I mean, it's literally people who have mutations that they can't control and that makes them outcasts, and everyone who is normal, aka people without mutations, see them as evil or scary. Number 4, zombie. Preferred form of writerly fuel. Coffee, tea, etc. Coffee. I am a coffee person. I can only drink 1 cup a day because it makes me very anxious and I just don't really need that much. Sometimes I actually drink decaf because I don't really need that much caffeine and I don't really want to be addicted to caffeine. Other fuel, I do like to have snacks around, but usually I just keep water next to me because it's important to stay hydrated. I have water right next to me and I'm going to take a sip right now. Let's see. Number 5, vampire. Cheesiest trope that made it into your novel. Chosen one? Maybe? teenage chosen one. Valyrie is only 17 years old at the start of Blood of Fire, and she is the last of her kind that has power to control and create fire. Can you see the dog in the background? Sighing because he's sick of my shit. Anyway, it's not that she's like chosen necessarily to save the world, but it's just kind of out of necessity. Her entire village was destroyed by their rulers, the government, and so her mom was basically like, you're the only one that has this power, you need to get the hell out of Dodge, and so that our clan doesn't die out. Number 6, Spider. What's a character in your work in progress that's fine from afar, but you would not want to interact with if they ever got close? I think there's a few. I would say Anza is one. In Blood of Fire, she appears as Valyrie's rival, I guess. Valyrie and Anza are the only 2 female warriors in training, and so Anza automatically is portrayed as a bully who wants to be the only female to succeed in X amount of centuries. I did describe her as fairly attractive, and she's tall, she has these electrifying green eyes, but up close, she will cut a bitch. She will cut a bitch hard. So yeah, you don't want to mess with Anza. Number 7, Frankenstein's monster. Ever combine 2 characters into one or split one character into 2? No. No. No, I don't think so. Number 8, Skeleton. Best tips for adding in character baggage without info dumping. Basically, don't dump it all in at once. Like it says, info dumping. You don't want to do that ever if you can avoid it. I think the best way to add in character baggage is to just make it flow as naturally as possible. Usually through dialogue or very gradually as maybe foreshadowing or foreshadowing within conversations between characters, or just foreshadowing with the character's thoughts if it's the main character who has the baggage. But you never just literally want to just show all your cards all at once, or all of the characters' cards all at once. The same way you wouldn't just meet someone for the first time and say, oh, hey, I have daddy issues, or I got a gambling problem. Just make it come in gradually, or even if it is something like a gambling problem, or daddy issues, or some sort of PTSD, show it in their actions. They don't need to just say, my character has PTSD, my character has this issue. How they react to certain things, or how they become emotional during certain conversational subjects. I think the key word here is subtlety and gradual. Subtle graduality? That's not a word. Moving on. Number 9, Cat. What's a polarizing writing/bookish opinion that you have? Oh boy. This is a loaded question, ain't it? A lot of people go back and forth on whether or not you need to outline, and I fully believe that you do not need to write detailed outlines about every chapter in every book that you're ever going to write. Obviously, you wouldn't do that all at once, but yeah, some people just subscribe to the thought that in order to have a successful book, you need to outline every single detail exactly in order, and you have to know all of these things before you even begin writing. I don't agree to that at all. I don't outline very much, if at all. Some books I just have an idea in my head and I just start writing it down and I just see where the action takes me. Sometimes as I start writing, I realize that I need a little bit of an outline to figure out where I want to go from here. But I don't believe you need an outline to get started writing or to even have a successful book. And some people don't even want to start until they have an outline. I think that's dumb. If you have an idea, start writing it down so you don't forget your idea. At least that's what I need to do, because I forget fucking everything. Number 10, Demon. Most frequent writing distraction. YouTube videos, specifically music videos, because I like to have music on in the background when I write, and I sometimes get carried away just watching the video that goes along with the particular song. I didn't really grow up with the internet. Maybe that's surprising to people who are young now, but the only internet we had when I was maybe middle school age was dial-up. And if you remember dial-up, it sucked balls. Difficult enough just to sign on to your email or Google some research for school. So when I get the chance to actually watch some music videos, I do. And sometimes it's much more entertaining to watch music videos than to sit there and write, unfortunately. So when I'm creating music playlists, I try to find the music videos that don't actually have like the official music video. It'll just be maybe the album cover art and the song. So that way I don't get drawn down the YouTube rabbit hole that we all inevitably get drawn down because it's oh so tempting. That's it. That was the spooky writing tag, and I thought it was really fun. I thought it was a cool way to talk about my book and to talk about writing in general in a way that's sort of Halloweenish. And let me know below if you liked this video, if you like watching writing tags or tags in general. I do. I want to do some more. And also let me know what you're doing for Halloween or did do over the weekend, since today is Wednesday. What a lame day of the week to have Halloween. We're going to see if any trick-or-treaters are going to come tonight. And if not, I'm going to eat a shit ton of candy. It's going to be a good time. Until next time, bye.